and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Super Team Vicious, and we're gonna go over Night of Champions was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and I've said this a million times before talking about the Saudi shows, and I will say it again, folks. I am all for the Saudi Arabia shows. And the reason why is plain and simple. It's not just because, cutting a paycheck or because, it's a blood cut, they're accepting blood money, blah, 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 kind of bullshit. No. If you can have pro wrestling be the small little conduit that helps bridge the gap and help introduce small little increments of Western culture over into that section of the world. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not talking like having a McDonald's everywhere or a Starbucks on every corner or seeing girls wearing jeans that show three quarters of their butt, but if that's just what it takes, if pro wrestling is what's needed to help make that bridge, and then you can do small little more increments as time goes, all for it. I am all fucking for it. Listen, a lot of other people like me have always thought sports is one of the biggest multicultural forms of communication, because you may speak fluent German and not understand a lick of English. I may speak American English and not speak a lick of German, but we could both agree that we both like this wrestler, we both like this sport, and we both like this team. And if we can agree on that and not understand each other, well, dude, we just mended a gap right there thanks to sports. See? That's what I mean by it. I get a lot of people aren't for the Saudi shows, and that's all well and good. Dude, that is your opinion. You're more than welcome to it. I'm not going to argue yes, no, you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong kind of BS all day long. Just, it is what it is. Now, before we get into the show, just like always, we got to pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. So I want to remind everyone, we are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, you see that funny little QR code on the screen right there? Well, if you scan that, it will take you to WWE Shop. But Tim, I'm listening to this on audio. I can't see a QR code. Well, not to worry, mysterious voice that I'm making up inside my head. All you got to do is just go in the description tab and click the link there. And that'll also take you to WWE Shop. That is our affiliate shop link. You make whatever purchase you want off WWE Shop. And as of the day of this recording, folks, Karrion Kross has been on a huge roll as of late. In fact, they just dropped 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 new pieces of merch for him. 3 new shirts for him as of the day of this recording. So, you want to go and show your support for the man, much like, the internet says Kross deserves more. Well, show that you are interested in the man by purchasing his stuff. And if you're going to purchase his stuff, use our link, make a purchase, help support the show, help support the guy. In fact, while you're also doing that, why not get something else? Why not get a Funko Pop? Why not get a poster? Why not grab another t-shirt or 2, or 10 or 20 even? We here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission for each purchase that you make. And folks, I'm going to go a little off the script here. And I hope the powers that be don't mind me mentioning this, but if you got any discount codes, whether it's for 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50% off, even if it's free overnight shipping, you could still use all those while using that link. Oh yeah, it's true. It is true. So if I were you and I wanted to make a purchase for some really nice WWE Shop merch, I'd use that link. Also, folks, want to say thank you to, if you also want some Vicious Rants apparel, much like what I am wearing right now, because we are in the dog days of summer. It is hot, and I don't know about you guys, but t-shirts can be a bit bothersome because chafing and the sweating and all that, so I stick with my tanks. And if I'm going to rock a tank, I'm rocking my Vicious Rants tank that you can get at whatamaneuver.net. Check out the link below, and you can get yourself some Vicious Rants apparel. We got t-shirts, we got tanks, we got women's tees, we got long sleeves if you're a crazy psycho and want to wear that in 90-degree weather. We got toddler tees, we even got baby onesies for the small little ones in your life that are, you know, all around in these dog days of summer. Make sure you show some support for the show by going there. But now that we're done going over that, let's get into the show. Night of Champions. It started out with Randall, Kenneth, Orton, Randy Orton going up against Cody, Riley, Russell, Reynolds III, Cody, Rhodes, and oh dear Lord Almighty, this was a hell of a match. I for one was surprised that they chose this to be the opening match. I don't know about anyone else, but I was legit surprised Randy and Cody was going to start the match. I figured this would have been like the halfway point in the show. Just to like, because when you make a show, you want to have peaks and valleys, right? You know, have one match be a semi-hot one, and then dip down, and then back up, everyone excited, and then dip down and back up, like that. But no. So, either way, this had really big fight feel with it. Cody started, excuse me, Cody was starting to lead some after the feeling out at the start. And Randy, he wound up doing a superplex to Cody at one point during the match. And oh man, he looked like he landed wrong. And his back, he landed on his butt first. And then the rest of his body fell down. And just like I felt like my tailbone locked up and seized, seeing that landing good God. And just, I really hope Randy did not legit get hurt as of this recording so far. No, I have not seen any reports saying anything otherwise about Randy being hurt or anything along those lines. I just hope, honestly, I just hope after he got home, he got to he got to do a good ice bath, got to see a chiropractor, maybe a kinesiologist, and maybe get one of those fancy little massages where they have people walk all over your back, help relax you. But either way, this was a damn good match. I really liked it. It really was. Michael Cole kept emphasizing this. This was like student versus master, Randy being the master, Cody being the student. And this really did feel like it. And Cody wound up getting the win. At one point, Randy wound up tricking the ref, wound up going to look like he was getting ready to use a chair. And ref wound up taking the chair off and went to go get rid of it. And as he's doing that, Randy, boop, undoes the turnbuckle. Now, at one point, Randy exposes the turnbuckle. Fast forward towards the ending of the match, Cody winds up actually getting Randy, shoving him and landing in the around where the rib cage is section of that part hit the exposed area. And again, Randy just hit it and he looked like, like he legit got hurt. Like it legit hurt. And man, again, I'm really hoping he didn't get hurt. But he got hit there, and then after that, Cody wound up hitting him with the Crossroads for the 1, 2, 3. So your winner and new King of the Ring, King Cody Rhodes. And, you know, I'm going to say this. I don't understand what all the flack Cody's getting all of a sudden now, because he's... it seems for whatever reason Cody's being vilified. Cody's getting like the vilified treatment like he did when he was in AEW. And I get when he was in AEW why he got that, because, well, he was a boss and he was getting booked in a way to where it looked like he was going to be in a favorable position because he's a boss and blah, 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 blah kind of deal. Okay, well, he backed himself into a corner to where he could never go for a world title, but still kept getting made to look like, oh, hey, you're going to be the corporate champion. You're going to be the AEW, corporate champion. But you're only going to have this one. And it did not click with people. With Cody here in WWE, I don't know. I don't get why people are hating on it. If you can explain why, I'm open to hearing it. I don't see it. I don't see why why you hating on the dude for actually being good at his job, not just working in the ring, not just handling the mic, but moving merch, working the John Cena schedule that he did when he was world champion, and saying he wanted to be wanted that John Cena schedule. Oh, and going out there and actually interacting with the fans in a positive way. Not just, oh, hey, what's your name? Oh, insert, oh, okay. Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name? Oh, okay, nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name? Oh, okay, nice to meet you. No, he legit goes out of his way to say hi, hope you enjoyed the show, that kind of stuff. Yep, so, either way. Cody won. He thanked Randy for the match, all the years of being friends with him and all, and then said he's coming for the WWE. No matter who wins between CM Punk or John Cena tonight, he's challenging for that title come SummerSlam. We'll get to that match in a moment. Next up, we got Raquel Rodriguez. Whew, big mommy cool going. One mommy against another mommy. Going against Rhea Ripley, and again, just a note about the Vince-isms, like not having the people wearing like the same kind of outfits. Like, I get with the culture in Saudi, women can't show exposed skin. They can only have their face, they have their head, their hands, and that's it. Okay. I'm not arguing that. I'm not going to say that's right or wrong, but what I am saying is, you have Raquel and Rhea both looking like they came out of a 1992 Catwoman cosplay contest. What the fuck? Like, seriously. Just, you couldn't, like, change some shit up, like, white shoulder, like, have some white shoulders or like some dark red stitching, or make one like more of a darker purple instead of just straight jet freaking black. Like what the ugh. It felt like WrestleMania with Charlotte and Tiffany, like they both with the matching outfits. Let's do a side-by-side comparison, actually, with Charlotte and Tiffany, Rhea and Raquel. Charlotte and Tiffany, blonde, wearing pink. Rhea and Raquel, long black hair, shiny black PVC-looking leather. They both had that, and they constantly kept, and they were just, if it wasn't for the fact that Rhea's face makeup and the height difference with Raquel, that was the only way I was able to really tell that difference. I'm not even lying, folks. But, yeah. As far as the match goes, both girls, this moved like a big hoss fight to me. Rhea wound up leading the match for a good while near the end, courtesy of Roxanne Perez, who, again, came out looking like 1992 Batman Returns Catwoman cosplaying contest. Seriously, ladies, I get it. You can only do so much. But listen, There is nothing, literally nothing, saying you cannot have pants that look khaki, olive green, any other color in the fucking rainbow with a long black sleeves. Just please, something a little more creative. That's all I'm saying. Either way, probably one of the bigger oh shit moments in this match was when Rhea, she went to go do a jump off the announce table. Raquel caught her and then power bombed her through the lid of the one announce table, and you could hear the crunch, and it sounded like if you had like two or three popsicle sticks together and just snap. Like, oh damn. But either way, I thought it was a good match. Rhea wound up getting a win when there was a table propped up in a corner and didn't get used, but Rhea wound up pushing it up onto the top, climbed up there, pulled up Raquel, and did an avalanche riptide from that table that was up there for leverage to slam Raquel down for the 1, 2, 3. That was it. The following night on Raw, Rhea wound up saying she wants, now that she's done with Judgment Day and Raquel and Liv being out with a shoulder injury, Judgment Day is all behind her again. So she wants to set her sights for what she wants, and mommy wants gold. So Io then comes out, issues an open challenge for them two at Evolution, and yeah, we're going to get Io versus Rhea for the women's world title. And again, I don't see where the people are complaining about this. This match is going to deliver. This is going to be a damn good match. You know? Now, on a side note with Raquel, since Liv is out with an injury, Finn Balor and JD McDonough wound up approaching Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis to discuss, listen, with Liv out and Raquel representing the tag division as best as she can, we feel that it'd be a bad idea to just take the title off of Raquel. Why not let her have a new partner instead? A new partner, huh? Well, that sounds intriguing. Who do you have in mind? Oh, it could be anyone. Hey, how about Roxanne? Oh, well, let me talk to Mr. Aldis about this. You know what? We both come to an agreement. You guys are right. So, Raquel and Roxanne. Raquel can have Roxanne as her new tag partner and still keep the titles. However, to show that they are worthy of being champions, like you said, at Evolution, they're going to defend their tag titles against a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. See you boys later. So that was it. So now we come to the next match, Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And Kross came out looking like $1,000,000. Sami, he came out, got a great ovation. Absolutely love seeing when Sami gets a great ovation over there. Really good, solid action. Sami leading the pace. It was just, but Kross, man, he just, when he hit, man, he hit and you felt like you could see it and you could feel it. And the whole time he kept yelling at Sami, come on, Sami, admit it. Admit it. We all know who you are. We all know who you are. Things like that to him. Now, how the match came to an end, Kross, he was leading at the closing end of it. He backed up to go do a running clothesline. And as he's running into the back corner to go and wind up, as he turns around, Sami, boom, catches him with a luva kick for the 1, 2, 3. Following night on Raw, he winds up seeing, as Sami's getting interviewed for a match he's supposed to be doing that night, Kross shows up out of nowhere, attacks him, grabs a pipe, wham, cracks him right in the side of the ribs. So, yeah. They're extending that feud with Kross and Zayn, and I am all for that. Because again, like I said before, you want to show your support for the guy. Don't just go out there and tweet, "We want Kross, we want Kross." You know what you do? Don't just tweet, "We want Kross" one night a week. Don't just tweet Kross on the nights that he's supposed to be on TV. Tweet it every night. Tweet it every night a WWE show is on. That a live wrestling show is on. Tweet it every night a live wrestling show is on. Go to the shows. Start up "We want Kross" chants. Even if he's not on that match. Even if he's not booked in that segment. Even if it's just, you could have CM Punk talking to a freaking beer guy walking around the arena. Start up a "We want Kross" chant there. Go and buy his merch. Buy as much of the merch as you humanly can. That's on how you show the support. You don't just do it once or twice for the week and then after that let it die out. No. You want to show the support. Take a page out of like what people did for Ron Killings. Go nonstop. Scream it to the heavens. Because honestly, that is on how you make the difference. Not just doing one or two tweets or a handful of chants once or twice a show and then that's it. So, with that said, moving forward, next matchup we got Solo Sikoa going up against Jacob Fatu. This was really hard hitting here. Nice, good hard hitting with some really solid back and forth action. I really liked it. Tangaleo wound up showing up out of nowhere, making a surprise return. And if y'all don't remember, Tangaleo, he's been out since War Games. He tore his bicep. So it's November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's about 7 months. So yeah, that's around the right time to rehab and recover from a torn bicep injury. So he came back. But man, this was really nice. And I really dug this match. It came to an end when Hakaleo wound up showing up and actually sneak attacked Jacob, choke slammed him, and then threw him back into the ring so Solo could then, boom, pop him with the Samoan Spike for the 1, 2, 3. So your winner and new United States Champion, Solo Sikoa. And might I add, if I am wrong, feel free to say something in the comments, but I believe Solo is the first to be a NXT North American and United States champion. If I'm wrong, feel free to say so in the comments, but I'm fairly certain that it is. Now, they did change Hakaleo's name. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I've made this argument before. Go ahead, change the name. Because heaven forbid if WWE doesn't work out for him and instead of them owning the Hakaleo IP name, he can just go and say, okay, you know what? You can have me be whatever it is there. Now that I'm out, shit, I'm going back to being Hakaleo. That's my mindset. You like it, great. If not, whatever. Next up, we got the Queen of the Ring match. We got, Asuka. We got Asuka going against Jade Cargill. And again, I don't see where there was a lot of hate in this match. I don't see why. I mean, I get the crowd was quiet for this. And there was some spots it seemed a little choppy, but it was a decent, okay match. I mean, Asuka, she was leading with the striking game, but Jade, she showed some good power moves against Asuka. It's just, I don't want to say it was water and oil. But at the same time, I also don't want to say it was something along the lines of a Bill Goldberg, William Regal type match either. It just felt like, okay, she could go, Jade can go. She's just not all the way to hitting going against somebody like the caliber of Asuka, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that as an insult. Because, listen, that girl's got talent, obviously, because she wouldn't have that kind of talent if she was not only hired by the company, but also being given marquee matches and being given plenty of TV time. But Jade wound up getting the win, surprisingly, when Asuka went for the hip attack. Jade caught her, hit the Jaded, and a lot of people were bitching and yelling because the way when Jade went to go do the pin, she went to go lean back like she normally does, but her body leaned over to the side, like, as you can, if you see the video, you see what I mean by leaning over like that. The camera angles didn't show that if Asuka's shoulder popped up or anything, but I think it was okay. You know, sometimes it just happens. It was a bad pin. But either way, Jade got the win, so Jade's going to be challenging Tiffany at SummerSlam for the Women's World title. So now we come to main event of the night. Clarence Mason Punk III going against John Rapido Cena in his last time in Saudi Arabia. And wow, can't believe I actually said that. And more to the point, can't believe after this match, Cena only has about 15 more appearances. Hard to think about it, given that, you know, we're only about now 7 months into the year. We're about 7 months into the year. John Cena only has about 15 more appearances, man. That's freaking wild when you think about it. Either way, Cena and Punk one last time. Really great feeling out at Punk. He was leading early on. Both guys had on their working shoes and were going all out in this. All out in this business. You know, they were hitting each other heavy and hard. And at one point there was a ref bump. And Punk, he looked like he had the win. Next thing you know, Seth's music hit. Seth and his boys came down. And Seth, the whole time, Punk's looking like, all right, come on. And then Seth tells his boys to go in there. He takes out Reed. He fights Breaker. He's fighting them off as best he can. Then Penta shows up. He helps start to work on them. And then Sami comes out to help even the odds. And then Seth comes in. He winds up knocking out Punk. Cena's still down for the count. And then Cena, excuse me. Cena isn't even in a line of sight or caught up in the train of thought at this point. As all this is going on, everything's focused on Rollins and Punk. So as all this is going on, Rollins then finally acknowledges, I need a referee. Get a referee down here. So a ref starts, so good old Charles Robinson. He's making his way. He's running. And then next thing you know, Cena, boom, side tackles him to keep him from coming in to officially acknowledge that the cash-in's happening. Then Cena gets in Rollins' face. The hell you doing? What the hell you doing? This is my match. You think you can interfere in my match? No. You don't get to do that. This is my match. This is my show. You don't get to go and run this kind of business. That kind of stuff on him. And then he proceeds to go and take him out. He goes to fight Seth for a bit. And then next thing you know, big schmaz, brouhaha, and they go out. And then next thing you know, you see Cena and Punk standing next to each other, looking at each other. Okay. And then they go hug. They go to give a hug like, this one last time. I love you, man. And Cena, as he does it, and then next thing you know, he gives that look. That Cena heel mode activated look. Let's go. And then boom, goes for a low blow. Punk catches it, counters it, and then next thing you know, Rollins, he goes in, hits Punk with the briefcase, and then hits him with a curb stomp, gets out. Cena goes for the pin for the 1, the 2, the 3. Yo, winner and still WWE Champion, John Cena. So SummerSlam, we're getting a rematch between Cody and Cena, which honestly I am all for, because you could do, there's several different ways you could do a story here. You could have Cody either slay the dragon and take the title off Cena and have Cena chase from here to retirement, or you could have Cena win and keep the title up to the point of retiring. You know, you could do, there is 100 different scenarios that you could go on with this from here. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I am all for it. But with that said, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, much like normal, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes if you're listening to this on audio. Share that with people. We are trying to build up the audio platform. Look for me on the internet, look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Anywhere on social media, Tim Vicious, 99% chance it's me. Also, thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cats right here on that Twitter, DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D Dryer 1986. Folks, cannot stress that enough, make sure y'all follow them. And much like I always tell you, folks, if you love me, great. And if you hate me, well, I'm sure you know by now.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck yous.